Okay, there. So anyways, I was shooting with armor-piercing rounds. You saw me do it twice, actually. I shot with armor-piercing rounds through the wall to shoot these people. That guy I can't see. My sniper can't see through that wall, and I'm too busy controlling the tank anyways. But he's a paratrooper, so I'm very scared. He has a Panzerfaust, which means he can kill my tank. But there he is, and my sniper sees him now, but he chickened out and he ran to the warehouse, where unluckily for him I had 2 men waiting to ambush him. And of course, because I'm always thrifty, I tell them to loot him. And they pretty much get nothing, but they got a knife, which knives basically useless. In single player, they're really fantastic because they're insta-kill, silent kill. You can throw them; they're really nice, and you can recover them afterwards. But in multiplayer, it's way too frantic to go around stabbing people or something. So, anyways, I was talking to the tank can accompany a 5th crew member, the tank commander. I don't know what he does, but I think it's good to have him. At the very least, he'll replace someone who gets killed if an armor-piercing round kills someone in your tank. So I buy a tank crew and send them to the tank. The 5th guy, or the 6th guy, the 5-8 crew will crew it, and then the 6th guy, he will ride on the outside of the tank. So here comes a Hetzer. Hetzer versus T-34. Hetzer typically wins from the front. Somehow a tank crewman died inside the tank, so it must have been pierced from something. So Hetzer versus T-34, Hetzer will typically win. I fire at it just to see if I can kill it, and then I move my T-34 away, but it's too little too late. Hetzer punches through. It would have been better to keep my front armor pointing, but I was going for speed. And that is a SIG something, 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 something. That's an artillery piece. I really want to kill that, because that's going to be a pain in the ass if that guy starts shelling me with it, but there's not a lot I can do. This Hetzer is just tearing me up. My plan was to sneak around maybe with some machine gun guys. I got them behind that wall, and I was going to from there stage an assault, but they just got, they got rickrolled. They had no chance. This one remaining guy is just getting shot by that paratrooper, so that's unfortunate. That is really close to their spawn. That little artillery thing basically just spawned right there. So when he buys stuff, they go right there. So maybe that's an instance of me being slightly too aggressive. It's also an instance of me not being used to the smallness of the map. This is a very small map, you see. It's a 2v2, but it's still a pretty small map. And, so that's my aggression coming back to bite me. But there you saw, maybe you glimpsed the SIG 33. It is shelling my ally right now, and it's just a world of hurt. The Germans get some very nice mobile artillery, and that's one of them. It just lobs shells at you, and it's painful, and it's fine if you can find a way to kill it, but it can be tough to kill it, especially in a built-up map like this, where you either fight through the middle, which obviously is not going to happen, go through the side, which I tried to do, but it's too close to their spawn, or find some third way, which maybe we'll see later in this match. My ally bought a giant heavy tank, but he's probably not going to get hurt for a while because he's got quite a bit of infantry support, plus I have my infantry supporting him, so normally I'm not too happy with people buying heavy tanks, but he's using it pretty well, I think. It's not going to be hurt by the artillery. The most the artillery can do is detrack it or kill the gunner on top, and it's not even going to be hurt by a Hetzer or something unless the Hetzer gets like a side shot, usually. So, and he's not being overly aggressive with it, and most importantly, he's supporting it with infantry. That's the most important thing if you're going to buy a heavy tank. You really need to support it with infantry, even more so than your medium and light tanks. Why do I need to support my heavy tanks more than my medium and light tanks? Why? Well, because they're a bigger target, and they're going to be more tempting for the opponents to kill. They're going to throw more stuff at it, and they're going to be sneakier, they're going to try harder, which means you have to protect it even more with your infantry, or else you're just going to get owned. But that's what my ally's doing. He's protecting it. Actually, all the things almost look bad there. A lot of his infantry has been killed by these people shelling it. So this paratrooper comes up, fires a Panzerfaust. It's only by luck that it does not kill the tank. And my men kill the Panzerfauster before he can get away and try again. And to my ally's credit, he backs up the IS-2 because he realizes, look, my infantry support has largely been shelled to death. My allies' infantry might not be able to cut it, so I'm going to pull back my heavy tank. So I approve of the way this man uses his tank. And now we're being shelled by an SFH-18, which is a towable howitzer. That's at least like 2 or 3 pieces of artillery that I have. It's getting pretty ridiculous, so I buy an Su-122. The Su-122 is basically a tank artillery. It is not going to be hurt by the enemy artillery, but it will be able to hurt the enemy artillery very badly. So I'm trying to move into the range. I never use artillery. Like, I barely ever use artillery, so I don't even know the range of it. I'm trying to figure out what the range is I'm direct controlling right now. I figure I can get it fairly close because it's got some good armor. So once I'm in range, boom, I let loose with a shot, and kaboom, knocks out the artillery piece. So that's fantastic. It's time to move on to the other artillery piece, because these guys are just loaded up with artillery, and frankly that's not a good idea. In a victory flag map, maybe I can understand to clear off the middle point, but don't go overboard. Buy one piece, don't buy more. So see, the dot is red. I didn't fire because the red dot means I won't hit, but Now I move into range, the dot is red, and I fire, and I'm an idiot. Like, I'm like, why didn't it hit? Why isn't this thing blowing up? And I realize, oh, the dot is red, that means it's obstructed at some point, so I go look, and it's obstructed by a giant fucking house. I'm missing a corner because I just blew the corner out of the house, but this is the advantage of using heavily armored artillery. You can be an idiot, and your artillery won't be able to kill itself, because it's heavily armored. And so, bam, I knocked out. That is the second piece of artillery I've killed, so you very quickly see the downside of just buying a crap load of weak artillery. And that's my ally scout. He realized the danger of the enemy artillery too. He decided to take a more ballsy approach. He snuck a scout behind enemy lines, and he was going to lay dynamite or AT grenades or something. But really what happened is I got to him first, and I just blew the crap out of him. But still, very fantastic job on the part of my allies, sneaking a scout behind enemy lines or enemy infantry. Here's my sniper going mano-a-mano with his paratrooper. Boom! Don't take on Sebastian... Dang, I can't read his last name. When I select him again, I'll read his last name and give him the props he deserves. And we got 70% on the flag in the middle, so this is looking good. Yeah, sneaking a scout behind enemy lines, very ballsy, very good if you can make it work. He'll die eventually, but he can do some serious damage before. Sebastian Vlasov. That's my sniper's name. Sebastian Vlasov. So he will go down in history as the sniper who shot the guy in the face twice when the man ran at him. And other things. I just killed a rocket launcher infantry. He was running down that alley probably to try and take out my self-propelled artillery, my Su-122, but it didn't work out for him because I'm supporting myself with infantry.